Hi everyone, my name is Nurhuda binti Muhammad Yunus. Today I'm gonna talk about my poster regarding ethical silence at work, knowing when not to speak. You know, at work we hear it all the time, speak up. But what if the most powerful and even the most ethical choice you can make is to say absolutely nothing? Today we're diving into this really interesting idea of ethical silence at work. Right. The go-to advice is always your voice matters. Speak your mind. But that kind of skip over a really important question. Is staying silent always a sign that you are weak or that you're going along with something wrong? Or could it actually be a smart, strategic, and even ethical move? And this put professionals everywhere in a really tough spot. It's a classic workplace dilemma trying to figure out that line. When do you raise your voice and when it's better to just stay quiet? And that brings us to the core idea we're unpacking today. This isn't about, avoiding a tough conversation or dogging your responsibility. It's about seeing that in some really high-stake moments, being silent is the choice that shows the most integrity. Okay, so to figure this all out, we got to understand that not all silence is the same. It's not that simple. So let's break down the two very different sides of silence. The ethical and, the unethical. So first up, let's define ethical silence. It is not about just passively sitting on your hands. No, it's a conscious choice. A deliberate decision to hold back information for a really good reason. Whether that's to stop someone from getting hurt, to protect confidential information, or to simply respect professional lines that should be crossed. So what's the real difference here? Well, it all boils down to your motivation. Think of ethical silence as a shield. It's there to protect sensitive info, to stop pointless argument from blowing up, to follow the rules. Unethical silence on the other and unethical silence on the other hand is a cover-up. It's used to hide bad behavior, to get out to taking responsibility, and it lets bad situation just keep getting worse. The why behind your silence is literally everything. Alright, so we get what it is, but the real question is when. What are some actual real world moment where you're choosing to be silent in the right thing to do? Let's get practical. Think about HR, dealing with something sensitive like a performance review. Discretion is absolutely key there on protecting a client's secret project details that require confidentiality. And if lawyers are involved, saying something too soon could have huge consequences. In all these situations, silence is what prevents bad info from spreading and keeps everything professional. Let's be real, navigating the modern workplace is complicated. You got all this area confidentially, legal stuff, HR issue, and they all require you to be super tactful about what you say and what you don't. In these cases, silence isn't weakness at all. It's a visual tool for protecting people, data, and the entire process. But, and this is a huge but, you have to be so careful here because if you get the judgment call wrong, if you miss silence, the fallout can be massive. And not kidding about this race. When you use silence to cover something up, it's not just one little ethical slip. It's like a domino effect. It starts with an instant loss of trust, and once that's gone, your professional credibility is basically toast, which can wreck your reputation and your relationship at work. So how do you actually make the right call when you're under pressure? Well, that brings us to our last section, a simple set guidelines to help you navigate this tricky situation. It really comes down to three key steps. First, you got to get good at knowing the difference between a situation that needs your voice and one that needs your restriction. Second, if you do need to speak up, use the official channel. Don't just gossip. And finally, you have to find that sweet spot, that balance between being honest and upholding your professional responsibility. And really, it all comes back to this one central idea. Silence can be ethical, but only when guided by integrity and accountability. This means ethical silence isn't placed to hide. It's an active ethical choice made by someone who's ready to stand by their decision. So at the end of the day, this isn't just about choosing between speaking or not speaking. It's about being intentional with your choice. So we leave you with this to think about in your own. How will you make your silence count?